Especially all these people can hardly see you with all this black outfit you have on. Business of blondes. Anyway, and I can't see with this light. Okay, I want to welcome you to our spring concert. This is our 7th and 8th grade advanced band. And since we last performed for you back in February, we have gone to band festival and received a superior rating we're real proud of. And there's students who made all district band, went to all district band event. I think had a good time. They were certainly the best 2 all district bands I've heard since I've been here for 9 years. So I was real proud of them. And I want to congratulate the 6th graders for their first performance. It's a long time since I played my first performance, but I still remember how nervous I got. Anyway, our first selection with this group, both the young and the old should recognize. I used to hear it every day as a child when I got home from school, about 5 o'clock, when the Mickey Mouse Club came on. We hope you enjoyed the Mickey Mouse March. You know, when I came here 9 years ago, I had a lot more of this stuff. And I'm holding you personally responsible. Hope you enjoyed that. Our next number, part of our responsibility, this is a rock and roll piece. Rock and roll started very shortly after I was born. I'm not taking responsibility for that either. But this particular piece, you just can't have rock and roll without the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley. So this is called The King of Rock and Roll, and it features 3 of his most well-known pieces. Definitely too dark. Okay, let's see here. Okay, we've done some classic TV with a Mickey Mouse Club March, and we've done some classic rock and roll. So we ought to do something that's really classic in the traditional sense. I think most people will recognize the melody, especially the second melody of this piece coming up, but a lot of people at least don't have any idea where it comes from. And as you can see in your programs, this is the 1812 Overture, and we are including our version of the canons. We're going to do, for those young people who haven't studied this yet, 1812 Overture has to do with the War of 1812. So we got to have canons, and we got them. We spend most of our time in a band class. This is not just this band class. On average, people who want to play drums, almost by definition, want to play loud. And so we spend most of our time in band class teaching them, no, good drumming is hold it down, keep it soft. And it's kind of a strange experience for a band director to be saying, no, louder, louder. I appreciate that, folks. And we had our big cannon back here being played by one of our young ladies. Now, I have some awards to give out. I thought I'd give the kids a chance to catch their breath before we play our last two numbers. And usually we've given our awards out to the top students at the honors day at our middle school. But when you come right down to it, most of our parents and siblings and fellow band members, they're here. So I thought this might be a better time to do it. Now, I do need to, and I'm trying to go through this with the students too, I do need to clarify a little bit about awards, because lights on it. Everybody wants an award. And the problem you have, a lot of our kids can go to any other school and get an award. and not maybe get one here because there's so much competition. If you give out all the awards you'd like to give out, they don't mean much anymore. They're too common. And if you don't give out all those, you feel like you're kind of cheating somebody. But as I told the kids when I was in my high school band, I was first chair flute. I played in a community band, first chair there. I took private lessons, and I was the only person from my band to go on into music, both in the Navy band program, as well as first college in teaching. Never got an award. It wasn't the end of the world. In fact, I didn't really mind because I was in it for the right reason. I was in it because the band's kind of fun and musical and meet friends and so forth. So if your child does not get an award, they're probably still doing a fine job. Got a few words over here. Now we have awards for 7th grade and 8th grade. We'll start with certificates here. And these cover things for students being outstanding players, most improved players, and quite often, of course, those two things go together. It's amazing how often your best players are also the ones that improve the most. But I'm going to start off with the Merit Award. These awards are sponsored by the Instrumentalist magazine. They're very nice. The Merit Award for 7th graders, we'll start with Josh Ball. Come on up, Josh. Come on up, Josh. We didn't rehearse this. I didn't tell him I was going to do this, so it's really my fault. Congratulations, Josh. And let's see, in the clarinet section, this is actually a new student. Started this year. She already knows who she is as soon as I said that. Danielle Sloan. I had a heck of a time with these next ones. The other three we give out for this grade. I have never had 3 students so close together in everything they do. They sit next to each other. They come in every morning. Don't know who it is yet, do you? They come in early every morning. They play almost identically well. But the main thing is they just having a ball doing what we're trying to teach them to do. And it's just a joy to have them in my class. Krista Ross, Ann Harrison, and Kathy Brooks. Moving to the 8th grade, again sponsored by the Instrumentalist magazine, we have what they call the Musicianship Award, which we assign those to the 8th grade. And a student that has just really impressed me with just his hard work, and I'm going to do my best, and that's all there is to it. Matt Tootle. We had, I thought, 2 percussionists that just, really seem to have a lot of ability. Actually, got a lot of drummers with a lot of ability, but 2 I think really stand out. First one, Joseph Ovington. And the other one, Justin Norwood. And for 3 years now, I've had 2 people in another section that have been very consistently the top people in their section. Great sound, which is very tough on this instrument. I know this is a very hard instrument because I play it. Kelly Beaver. And Lindsay Sharp. Our 2 top awards, we have the Director's Award, which I'll get to in a moment, which is the, I guess, really the top award we give. But some years ago, we started an award in memory of a saxophone player who was in my first 8th grade band when I came here and they had the old junior high school. Her name was Tabitha Dawson. Some of you may know her family. And shortly after she left my program, I think She went through a high school band for a year, and then she had a terrible time with cancer, and she eventually died from that. But she was an absolutely first-rate student, very quiet, hardly ever said a word. She'd sit back there and just do her job all the time, never let me down. And so we thought that's the kind of person we want to remember, and also honor other students who kind of do the same kind of thing. Now, I have a little bit of a problem, because when I went to pick up the awards today, they forgot to make that one. So there'll be a plaque coming to this student, probably early next week. In the meantime, I thought, well, I got to give them something. And the IOU didn't quite sound real good for this. And then I remembered I picked up something on a trip a few years ago. I went to Hawaii that has to do with the AWMS band. And let me just make a suggestion to the person who gets this. You're probably going to have people who want to see this, and they're going to start opening, grabbing, keep it in the box till you get home. Okay? But this basically just says AWMS band, but in letters like you've never seen before. So I'd like to have Meredith Burke come up. That's about as loud as Meredith gets. And our top award goes to a student who has just, again, so many first-class players, but this one made the All-District Honor Band twice on an instrument where it's very hard to make it at all, let alone make the top band, let alone do it in 7th grade and 8th grade. So our top award goes to Maggie Deere. Now, during that lull, all those kids have had their instruments get cold, and now we're going to be out of tuning probably. No, they have good ears. You're going to use your ears, right? Yeah, right. All my numbers said yeah. Our fourth number is in many ways also a classic from TV. Later became a feature film. It's one of the more unusual classics. I don't know how many of you remember it, but we hope you enjoy George of the Jungle. The usual announcement before we play our last number, we will need students to help carry stuff back to the band room. What we're going to do is have the people on stage grab basically whatever chair they're sitting in and go out. There's big doors. Hopefully one of the band members will be back there to open up the big door. And as soon as they take their chair back, they're done. People here will come up on stage and they'll grab stands or any leftover chairs you didn't get. But a few people can hang around longer. There's usually a little bit of extra stuff we need help with, but most of it will be done in one trip, and then they'll all be done for the day. Our last number, you probably know really well, and there's a good chance you never saw this title to it. It's called Washington and Lee Swing. It's the original march that something you hear at our football games came from. If you don't recognize it, you must not go to football games. Hope you enjoy it.